Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, January 27th, 2022. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Yesterday was downright balmy outside. I was digging it. And then it got cold last night. I suspect that's a harbinger of things to come. Let's see what George has to say in a few minutes. But first, we have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? We don't have a lot of information on this just yet. We're waiting on the Annapolis Police Department, but a woman was shot to death in Eastport last night on Madison Street. Shortly after 9 p.m., shots rang out on Madison Street, followed by a heavy police response as well as an ambulance. Yes, those were the actual shots. From witnesses at the scene, the body of a female in the street was covered by a sheet. Now, this is the first murder in Annapolis for 2022. You want to please check back with eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later. We will have more information as it comes in from the Annapolis Police Department. 4 homes were destroyed and 7 people were displaced after an early morning fire tore through a row of townhomes in Annapolis on the Broadneck Peninsula. The Anne Arundel County Fire Department was called to the 1600 block of Elkwood Court after neighbors called reporting a fire on the deck. When crews arrived, the house was fully involved with fire, reaching into the adjacent homes. It took nearly 60 firefighters from Anne Arundel County, Annapolis City, and the Naval Academy 50 minutes to control. One firefighter was slightly injured in the blaze. There were no civilian injuries. However, a dog did perish in the fire. The cause is under investigation right now, and the estimated damage is about $500,000. A quick COVID update. There are K95 and KN95 masks available for the asking at all 13 Anne Arundel County Library branches. This is part of the 200,000 masks that County Executive Pittman has ordered. Demand is going to sort of dictate the quantities at each branch, so your local branch may be out. Just a heads up. We've also heard that many branches now have the testing kits back in stock as well. The 17th annual Spring Home Owners Expo is coming back at the end of February to the Byzantium Center. Last year it was pushed into April, but they are back on schedule this year. The dates are February 28th and 29th, and tickets are $5 a piece. The seminars are back in person this year, and the highlight this year will be Professor Doug Tallamy, who is a best-selling author from the University of Delaware that will be discussing the various good and bad bugs that our gardens and lawns harbor. Of course, dozens of vendors and contractors, all for your home improvement projects. Once again, February 28th and 29th at the Byzantium Center. And tonight, the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park continues their winter lecture series. It is a virtual series again this year, and the cost is only $10, but that is included for no cost with a membership. Up this week at 7 p.m., it is former State Senator Gerald Weingrad, who will be talking about the grave threats to biodiversity. Now, Weingrad is a naturalist and just returned from an eco-expedition in Antarctica. Maritime.org is where you need to go to get your tickets or buy a membership. And while you're there, why don't you check to see if the sock burning on March 19th is sold out yet? I suspect if it isn't, it will be shortly. Up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, it is Refill Goodness, and you want to keep sending the names of any organizations or businesses that should be spotlighted to me. My email address is info@eyeonannapolis.net, or you can send me a DM on Twitter, which is @eyeonannapolis. And that's it for the news today, but first a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Rehab to Perform, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with your Maker Minutes, and of course, George from DC MDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. Snow's coming, y'all. All of that gets underway in just a bit. So hang tight.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners, like yourself, are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Are you an active adult or competitive athlete dealing with an injury keeping you from being at your best? Then Rehab to Perform is here to get you back to your full potential. R2P is a unique fitness-focused physical therapy company with 4 locations in Maryland. More like a training room and a personal training studio than a medical facility. R2P offers physical therapy for lower back pain, overuse injuries, post-surgery, muscle pulls, chronic pain, and more. R2P also offers rehabilitation for concussions and mild traumatic brain injuries. To learn more, visit rehabtoperform.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, January 27th. Yesterday was cold and then some for the Annapolis region, with PM highs only in the low 30s and wind chills only in the 20s despite max sunshine. And today will be fairly similar before a bit of snow then moves in later Friday into Saturday with a cold weekend ahead. Look for max sunshine again today with temps a couple of degrees warmer in the mid-30s or so, 4 PM highs with slightly lighter winds. Ahead of increasing clouds and upper 30s or so tomorrow with a light rain-snow mix possible in the early PM hours before snow then breaks out in the evening or nighttime hours and lasts into Saturday morning, with the overall expectation as of this morning being for the Annapolis area to receive around 3 to 5 inches of snow, with 1 to 3 or so for D.C. and Baltimore, and even a bit less further north and west of those cities, while the lower half of the Maryland Eastern Shore will likely receive the most snow in the region, with 4 to 8 inches for places like Centerville to Cambridge and 6 to 12 inches from Dover, Delaware to Salisbury down to Pocomoke City, Maryland, and points east from that line to the coast, with cold air staying in place all weekend as highs each day struggle to get out of the 20s. Stay tuned for additional updates today and tomorrow ahead of this approaching storm in case there are any big changes to the expected track of the storm, which could obviously then have an impact on expected snow totals for specific points on the map. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow us daily on Facebook and Twitter, as well as through our website at dcmdvaweather.info, and definitely download our DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google app stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long & Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, on Saturday they have a Learn to Knit class, which is one of their January and February sessions. Sunday, Learn to Knit Socks starts, the first of 3 sessions. And on Tuesday, there's Knit a Vest, making a pike vest. And registration is open for their Toft crochet animals, and Learn to Knit a Gambit Cardi sweater workshop, in addition to their regular knit coaching sessions on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. At Local by Design, on Saturday and Sunday, they're having another one of their Annapolis Artisans Markets at their shop off at Chickapin Round Road. Check out all the great local artists that sell through Local by Design. At Art Farm in Annapolis, Saturday there's block printing for adults with Anita Hagen, and their winter semester continues. Starting this week on Tuesday is graphic design for ages 12 through 17, and on Wednesday is a 3D sculpture class. And continuing this week, there's teen photography today, beginner painting for kids on Saturday, kids fundamentals of drawing on Monday, as well as nude figure drawing on Monday. And registration is open for their other winter semester classes starting in February and running through March, with classes such as botanical drawing, Make It Kids watercolor, and winter landscape workshops. Also be sure to check out their adult photo meetup on Saturday with Caitlin McQuaid to talk about all things photography. At the Benjamin Banneker Museum in Park in Ellicott City, Saturday as well as on Wednesday, they have more Nature Tots sessions with seasonal hands-on activities, stories, crafts, and games for ages 2 through 5. Saturday, they're doing tin can lanterns, learn about lighting methods in the American colonies, and use a hammer and nails to punch holes in an old tin can and give it a new life as a lantern. Now on Sunday, check out Whistle Pig Whimsy, Groundhog, Woodchuck, Whistle Pig. There have been lots of colorful names for this rodent. Learn the lore and natural history of everyone's favorite weather prognosticator. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today at Discovery's Library at the Mall, they have sea turtles with black and marine science. Learn about sea turtles and create a sea turtle craft. Today in Linthicum, check out Build and Play with Legos. On Monday, the Glen Burnie Library is doing Science of Flight with a paper airplane rally. And then on Wednesday, the Brooklyn Park Library has a Crafternoon. The Eastport Annapolis Neck Library has Love Yourself, a self-portrait challenge. And then online, there's SoCo Knits virtually. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, we have our monthly Autodesk Fusion 360 3D design workshop online with Russ. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at EyeOnAnnapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.